Hi, good morning. I'm Kris.
And I'm Jeannine, and welcome to the Blue Fiber Tree. She's
Yes,
back.
I'm back.
She's back.
Sorry,
Yay.
guys.
She's back.
Little medical issue with my eyeballs, but they're
Better
here.
now.
They're back. Yes.
She's
Yay.
better now.
Ugh.
I know. That was weird doing that by myself.
I know. You did a good job, though.
Thanks.
I just had to text you and go, I need to know this information before I post it. I'm sitting in bed going, oh, wait a minute. I need some links to that. So, but that's okay. So what do we got going on?
So today is November 26th, and well, we hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Our Thanksgiving dinner is actually today, later this afternoon, and we had to move ours. But so how was your Thanksgiving?
Peachy keen jelly bean. It's Thanksgiving, man. I love Thanksgiving. It's probably one of the most peaceful days of my entire existence. Nobody needed anything from me.
Turkey coma.
Pretty much. And football. I mean,
yeah.
Hello, football. Football.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
So that means that there's now Christmas music in the store, because I always wait until after Thanksgiving Day.
I got in an argument with my husband because while I was down with my eyeballs, you binge watch TV. It's what you do when you can't do anything else. And I got my eyes like this and I'm watching TV and I go to the Hallmark Channel.
It's all Christmas.
Because thank you for the writer's strike. Mm-hmm. None of my normal fall shows have continued on. I'm like, I need Rob Lowe and Lone Star 911. Don't know where that's at. So I'm like, fine, I got to find something to watch. So I go to Hallmark. My husband goes, if you turn on a Christmas movie. And I went, what? They're great. He goes, it's not Thanksgiving yet. I'm like,
we've been watching them for
I like watching them the minute they release.
Yeah, well, the new ones are out right now, so we've been watching them.
I watch them behind his back.
We record and fast forward through the commercials. It just makes it easier. But
the minute
we
he starts snoring.
Tons. Yeah, because he's not going to hear nothing.
Oh, right. You wake up to Christmas, who cares? Get over it.
Oh, don't you know it's already December?
I know.
Slept through it.
I know. I need a Browns Christmas hat so that on Sundays, like, because I wear Santa hats all through the holidays or funky Christmas sweaters, and I didn't have a Browns Christmas hat to wear today.
So this is an easy fix. You ready?
No.
Go get some red sparkly ribbon and tie it to the pom-pom on top.
I could do that.
Or put some holly and stuff, just shove it into the room. Easy fix.
My husband won't be seen with me in public if I do that. That's okay. That might be a good thing.
Might be a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. So what do we got going on?
So what we have is there's one more workshop in November. It's November 30th. Beginners Tapestry. Right there.
Oh my God. I can reach. There we go. That was way far back.
That's because he doesn't have it out all the way.
I know. So still again, Beginners Tapestry. We go through the 7 or so different stitches with tapestry. We teach you how to create some negative open space if you like that. And he's getting a little worn from wear for all the touching. He's starting to get all the halos, all the fuzz.
Yeah, but that's the very first one you did for beginners.
I need a pillar.
Yeah. So that's November 30th from 12 to 4. And if that date doesn't work for you, December 7th from 3 to 7, the exact same workshop.
Beginners Tapestry?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep. They're like a week apart, but
no, well, you just don't know. Sometimes
it's the times.
Yeah, sometimes times don't work for people and then they do. So
yep. Then on December 7th, we have No Skill Macrame Christmas Stars, and you get to pick your color.
Which means you have to let Jeannine know a couple of days before the class.
So they can be cut.
Yeah, we have time to cut cords.
And you get, being that it's a no skill workshop, it is a set of 4.
Yep.
It's the no skills are all, they're $25 for the workshop, $10 for the materials, which has the 4 different ones in it.
Yep. And we have somebody that's doing them all in white. Some people like the greens and the reds for Christmas.
Red and white. So yeah. So you can pick if you want 2 and 2. If you don't want all 4 of the same color, just let us know.
Yep.
We can customize the colors. And that is from 11 to 2 on December 7th. And I already told you about Beginners Tapestry, same day, 3 to 7. On the 8th, we have Beginners Macrame from 12 to 4.
Done Beginners Macrame in a while.
We haven't. So there you go. Yeah.
You get to make this lovely piece, and you get to learn by the time you're done, there's about 14 different knots, just because there are variations of knots, but
Left
this
and
is
right.
a prerequisite for any of the advanced macrame classes that we do.
Absolutely. And 12 to 4 on the 8th. And then on the 9th is No Skill Macrame Santa. So again, you're going to get enough to
He's
make
so cute.
4. You'll probably finish 2 in the class and take the other ones home and finish them, because that's about what happened in the other class.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had less people though, so it just depends. The
This-
next class.
This is the this is the 9th from 1 to 4. So this is a Saturday. We already have a lot of people taking it, but we still have openings because this is easy.
It's an
quick.
easy class, and Jeannine is capable of helping keep an eye on things to make sure that everybody behaves.
And if you need or want extra kits in any of these no skills, please let us know ahead of time so we can have those ready for you as well.
And so you'll see, like this Santa guy, he's got like a bright red and a white. Some of the stuff in the kits might be like a little bit darker red and a cream, just because white was really hard to get a hold of. And the brighter red, I bought all they had left when I bought it, I don't know.
Last year?
August? I think I bought it in July or August.
This
when
year?
we did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I usually order my Christmas stuff that early. And I bought all they had, and it didn't go as far as what I thought it would.
And they didn't get more.
No,
That wasn't
they
the
didn't get any more
problem.
of the bright red. So,
Right.
But he still looks like Santa. In the last class we taught of it, I actually did one that I had the green for the hat. I did like a olivey green and did like a little gnome and cream beard. So
It was cute.
yeah,
Yep.
he's going on my
So,
tree.
yeah, so that's Saturday. So there's still plenty of room because we've got a
Absolutely.
lot of space here at the table. And we're going to go beyond the second Sunday in December because we only have a handful of things left because
Yeah,
we kind
for
of
sure.
stopped short in December.
Yeah.
So on the 13th, basic macrame knots from 2 to 4.
It's everything that
Yeah.
you do in the beginners class. We just don't go home with a project.
Right. You get some practice cord and you learn how to make knots.
Yeah, and some people just don't want a wall hanging. Some
Right.
people take it specifically so they can do other advanced techniques.
Correct. Like, we'll get to there. Then that's from 2 to 4, and then from 5 to 8 is the no skill macrame trees. Again, you get 4, but there's 2 different sizes in
Cute
there.
little guy. Yeah, we make 2 different sizes of them. We make these ones with the littler stars. We make some bigger ones that get a little wider. So,
And again, you'll
He's
probably
cute
make
and easy.
2 in the class and
Yeah.
go home and do the rest. And
it's
again,
about what we're managing to
Yeah.
get through.
Yeah. So, these no skill things, they're really cool as gifts for like teachers. Are you on a bowling team? Do you have, family? They're great package decorations.
Absolutely. I
So
like putting them on the top of
Yeah.
packages.
So if you need more, like I said, let us know ahead of time. We'll make sure we have it all ready for you.
Absolutely.
On the 14th, we have lock spinning from 12 to 3. Sorry, I forgot
you
to
didn't grab lock spinning? That's
Sorry.
okay, and neither did I because I walked in late from getting
Yeah,
I plug for Dunkin' Donuts
I missed
coffee.
that when I was doing all the other
That's
macrame
okay.
stuff.
I mean, lock spinning, if any of you have watched our videos before, you've seen the samples, and it's basically learning how to manipulate locks to create an art yarn.
Yep.
I mean, I would say it's a very simple thing. It's actually not a simple thing, but once you learn it, it becomes a simple thing.
Right.
Like that beginning of it can be a little frustrating, but as long as you have some patience, I have all the patience in the world, we'll get you there.
Right.
But they're a lot of fun.
Will you do me a favor? Will you walk over and grab the hanging above the flag on the door, please? I forgot to grab that one too.
Good thing we have cameraman Bob.
Then the next one is the advanced macrame wreath from 4 to 8 on the 15th.
And if you take basic knots or the beginner's macrame, you can then take this because you will have knowledge of knots.
Yep.
And I will gladly say, please practice your knots.
Yeah. You have a couple days between the beginners and the basic to do
Yep.
that.
And there's 3 knots in this whole entire thing.
Right.
And
and they're the ones that we use all the time anyway,
Yep.
over and over. So there you go.
And once you get through probably 3 sections of the wreath, you're going to be like, oh, now I got it.
Yeah.
So
and
it's, if you'll look, it's
very similar.
Very similar, not the same, but very similar pattern to the stars. It's just bigger, and there are knots in here that are not in this.
Right.
Really.
And the whole point is you're going to make something that is just green, okay? And we have like a few different choices of greens, so let us know ahead of time so we can get those cut. But then you take it home and you decorate it.
With whatever you want.
Yeah,
Jeannine
so
decorated this one for us.
It's got a bell.
I know, she was walking with it. I'm like, where's that? Oh, it's on the wreath.
Isabel. Love bells. And then and that's from 4 to 8 on the 15th. And then on the 16th is the no skill tapestry tree from 10 to 1.
Yes. Now listen, the pink, that was just because I was in like a burgundy pink mood. I will have different colors for people to put around their tree. You don't have to use the mauve stuff. The cranberry just was, I don't know.
It was handy.
No, I think I was like
in the mood.
Burgundies and red. And I thought burgundies and greens would be great, and it had a lot more pink in there than I thought.
That's cool.
The roving that I used had more pink.
Yep.
As I unwound it,
Yeah,
I was like,
there you go.
"Whoops!" So yeah, but then we'll have little stuff for you to put your little thing, and if you want to add little bells to it or something like that, you're more than free and able to do so once you get home.
Yep. So that brings us up to that's the week before Christmas, actually.
Yes.
So the 23rd, which is that Saturday before Christmas, the store is going to be open from 10 to 2. We're going to leave. We're going to close a couple hours early, and then we will not be reopening until January 2nd.
That's about my last day at the salon too.
Yeah, so that's my close week, but I have to do inventory. So, it's just that time of year. Now, I have nothing in December, so I'm going to brainstorm here in the next week, and I will put some stuff up and let you guys know through emails and Facebook and stuff.
She'll do some stuff.
Yeah, I'll do some stuff.
Probably just time gets away, and then you don't realize that you don't have any classes in December.
Yeah.
Like, that's all.
I just forgot.
You taught so much in November, I feel like. I feel like every time I heard you had another rigid heddle class.
I had 3 rigid heddle workshops in November.
That's awesome. I love that more people are weaving.
2 were scheduled, and 1 was, can we have a private one, me and my sisters? So it was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was fun. So November was a busy month.
Yeah.
Still is a busy month.
Yeah, well, hey.
So,
it's that time of year.
Yeah, it is. Now we have all this stuff on the table. So Tammy from Tammy's Homesteading Crafts contacted me and asked me if I wanted to do a trunk show, and I said, sure. She has unique project bags. There's like 4 or 5 different sizes. There are different styles to these. Some are drawstrings, some are snaps, some are zippers. A lot of really cool prints. They are awesome. So we grabbed a few. This is the small drawstring, and it is $18. And the cool thing about it is it has a square bottom,
so it'll stand up if you're using it.
It'll stand up.
Yep, I like that.
So it has her little leather tag here. There's a clip on the inside that you can attach things to.
Oh, there is. I didn't see that.
It's really cool. And a different fabric on the inside.
Yep.
Which is really neat.
On the inside.
So sheepies. Knit sheepies.
I love the sheepies.
We got
100% wool guaranteed. Oh, that's cute.
So then this here is the snowman with the hat.
And there's so many different patterns over there. Here's even just this size.
Yeah, here's another snowman with knit. Hold on, Bob's pointing. This is the medium size drawstring bag, and it is $28. And again, you've got the thing on the inside. So these are really cool. So he's dressed.
The little slothy. I like
he's
him.
Dressed. He is all dressed up for Christmas.
Yes,
hanging around.
I like him.
So these are the snap ones.
They have 2 little snaps. again, though, with the square bottom, just so you know.
Christmas gnomes. And then they
I
have
love their tall little legs.
And they have this really cool handle, and it can come off. It has a
and there's still the little thing inside there.
So the small ones are 20.
I like this guy.
And there's medium and large and extra large, all kinds of fun stuff. So this is a drawstring bag with a window. Ta-da! So you can see your project.
Well, that'd be certainly helpful in my world.
So this is medium, and it is $45. Yeah, those are really cool.
Wonder if I pulled all of Craig's sweater down and together and found the 2 bags that it's stored in, if I could finish it before Christmas.
Maybe. Look, coffee.
My life. My life.
So this one is handled, and it just opens. There's no snaps or anything. But again, a very wide bottom. I mean, look at that. Look at that bag.
Oh, see, when you open that bottom, it's got a lot more room than what you expect.
Yeah. So this is the extra large, and it is $60. So coffee, latte, mocha, java.
I like
all
that.
On there.
I really love these little things right here.
These are the little Notions bags, and they're zippered. What are you?
There are chickens knitting. I'm just saying.
Knitting chickens.
Knitting chickens. And again, the sheepies that match this one if you're a matchy-matchy person. And I have to open this to do it justice because I have to move the card at least a little bit because you need to see Scooby-Doo's face.
These little Notion bags are $12.
He's fabulous.
And they're see-through.
Yep.
With the zipper.
Yep.
And her tag and D-ring on the inside. So on the back are different patterns. What?
They just remind me of Big Hero 6. Front to back, back to front.
Oh, stop it.
Oh boy. Okay, Bob. But yeah, so there are lots of cute little bags.
So this goes through December 2nd, which is next Saturday. And on that day, on the 2nd, Tammy's going to come and spend all day with us. So meet the designer. And she's going to be bringing some other things with her to sell for that day only. There are the yarn sock things that you stretch them and you put your skeins of yarn in or your cakes in to keep them kind of organized and controlled.
Yep.
And she also has, we call them endpoint protectors, and she calls them stitch savers, I think. They're cute. There's 2 in a pack. I forget what the retail price is, but she has so many different types. There are sheep. There's little stars. There's snowmen. There's
cute.
It's just anything that you can think of. It's there. So it's not just holiday related. They can be used year round, which we all do anyway.
Yeah.
But they're nice and big, and they're festive and they're fun.
Oh, that's good.
So we'll have
I love
those
point protectors
as well.
like that because I'm the queen of dropping stitches off my needles.
Yep.
And then picking out the next morning going, why did I fall asleep with that again?
So in order to see all the unique designs that we have, you got to come into the store, and I would tell you come in sooner rather than later because I have a funny feeling these are going to go quick.
Yeah.
She sent me the stand down at the end of the table that everything is on. These just have to be on the table because there's no way to hang them, but it's kind of cool because they're all spread out and you get to see them.
Absolutely.
So a lot of fun things, and yeah, why not?
I love them. I love them. I love them.
That is the cool trunk show that we are doing right now, and you got to visit her. She has a YouTube channel and a Facebook page, so go and check it out. And
I'll have to go look. I haven't. Yeah. I was a little under the weather when I was putting all the past video stuff up, so I didn't really do much research.
And she does have a website that she can purchase things on if you want to take a look and see what some of her stuff is that she's going to be bringing on the 2nd.
Awesome.
By all means, it'll be a lot of fun.
I love it. I love it so much.
So that is through the end of the year, and yes, we will be doing our next release would be December 20th. Be the 10th.
Yeah.
And then the 24th.
Yep.
But we'll figure it out. We'll let you know if we're going to do one on the 24th or not. We might just do a brief hi, how you doing? Here's January. Because we are
Could
start
very
thinking
well
about
be
next
that.
year.
Yeah, I haven't even started worrying about next year. I've been trying to get through this year.
Yep.
If truth be told.
If truth be told. But
Truth
we
be
gotta
told.
At least
I've
start
been
thinking
trying
about.
to figure. I've been thinking about it. I just
You
haven't put
pulled out-
anything together
You
yet.
haven't pulled out all the calendars or planners and gone.
That's
here.
that's the problem right there. Is
Yeah,
I have
she
to, and
doesn't
I'm
do it
trying
yet.
to reorganize my schedule in general to make life just a little easier than the last 6-7 months, because working through jobs is really difficult. It's really difficult, and I know I only have to do it for probably another year, but I have to figure out how to make it a little more manageable so I
Right.
don't lose my mind.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to go, okay, salon here, this here, and still have to find time in the studio to dye. I haven't dyed I've dyed 2 things since I've been back from SAF. That's been time. I think I worked 48 hours in the salon last week.
Mm-hmm.
Boo. Love holidays, but boo. I'm not supposed to be there that much. No offense, hair people. But, yeah. So,
Takes her away from the other stuff she needs to do.
it does. But it's the thing that brings me the most money. So, kind of got to go with that one for a minute because I got bills just like everybody else. We're going to go into the finishing up on our tri-loom.
Yep.
If I'm correct. Yes? Yep. Okay. So, we are going to show you how to do the last little pull-throughs of the tri-loom, how to tie it off, how to get it off your loom, and I think how to fringe.
How to put some fringe on.
Yeah, how to put some fringe on.
Fringed all except for a few, so
Perfect.
those last couple pull-throughs will need to be fringed, so we'll show you how to do that real quick.
Awesome.
And then we'll show you how to get it off of there, and you can take a look at it. And are you also going to show the other way to put in the art yarn?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I forgot, but sure. I mean, it's not that hard. I can
No.
do it around the center. I just got to go dig out some art yarn to put in.
Oh,
it.
it's already in the basket. It's
Is
the
it?
same. Yeah, we saved it.
Then probably I will show that.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, guys. Stay tuned. We'll see you in a bit. And, share to all of our social media pages. We have Longtail Knits on Facebook, and we have our website. And then we have alk&me on Facebook and her website, as well as Instagram.
We have Instagram and we have Twitter now.
And
Twitter? No.
No.
TikTok. We have TikTok.
she has TikTok.
I
And
do
then
have TikTok.
the Blue Fiber Tree is on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
And YouTube.
And YouTube.
And we're probably over 700 because I didn't. Oh, we are over 700. We are over 700
We were
subscribers.
679 last time I looked.
Yeah, well, yesterday I think we looked, and it's 700. 700 plus. Numbers are
Guys,
going up fast.
I was like,
you.
can I get to 600 by the end of the year?
Oh, I
you
know.
guys overdid it.
Well, last time when the last video, I said, well, yeah, we're close. We're close to 600. And then I went and go, oh, we're like 675 or something like that.
That's
It was like-
funny.
It was awesome.
That's awesome.
So keep it up, share.
I feel like it's the rigid heddle and the spinning
Yeah,
with the Ashford wheels and stuff. Those 2 videos keep getting shared,
they do.
and that's okay.
But
so
you
hopefully
know-
we hit on some other things that people start really wanting to
Right.
pick up on.
And the rigid huddle one, because it is one of the more popular workshops that I teach in here, everybody uses it as a reference, and that's what it's supposed to be.
But that's exactly why we have our
Yeah.
playlist, so that
Yeah.
they have the references.
Go to the playlist. So
Absolutely.
I had someone the other day ask me about the tri-loom. I go, oh, well, by the way, we're just getting ready to film that last one to show you how to get it off of the loom. Really? Yep.
Perfect. That's perfect.
So yeah, so it's going to be
So-
fun. All right, guys, we'll see you in a couple minutes. You have a good
Absolutely.
one. Mr.
And
Bob,
Good holiday season to everybody.
bye.
Bye.
Okay, hey everybody. So now we're back to, as you can see, I've got most of this done already. I have a couple of pulls to show you how to do that final pull through. We've got just about all of it fringed, and we're going to show you how we fringe it as well. And then once I get done with it, I'm doing, Kris is going to show you how to add in that extra piece of lock yarn, the hand spun yarns that we've been using here. So, all right, here we go. So we're here at the top. Now remember, because, it's this long, we're going to do this in sections. And it's really important to pay attention. Make sure you're only grabbing the ones that you need. Don't miss anybody. Just do what you gotta do. And pull this down. That guy goes over there. Oh, I forgot my comb. All right, I'll get it in a minute. And then I always toss that back up and I go for the next one. So you want to make sure that when you start, so this is here and I need to go like this for the next one. So I need to make sure, because this last one was over here, I need to go under. So you have the opposite. We don't want to go the same way. Get under there. Use your fingers. The other hand is a very useful tool for this stage of it. The only problem with pulling this down, sometimes it gets in the way. There we go. It's a little easier.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes to figure out which angle to pull through on.
And really, I have another one that I've been working on at home, and I'm using much thicker yarns. And there's like no space in between once you get to this point. Oops, that's wrong. There we go. You'll know in a minute if you're doing the over under, so just make sure you're doing the opposite of what the previous row was.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like when you're this far in, like how we're working with 3 strands, if you're not careful when you're doing your over and under, you will pick up 2 instead of 3 strands, or 1 instead of 3 strands, and pull through and think, oh, that's not a big deal. It may be a big deal later when you're trying to continue on in your pattern. So just be very careful to pick up exactly what you need.
And it's okay to have mistakes. It just depends on, you know,
If you can live with them.
if you can live with them.
They're called design elements, folks.
They are. Remember, these are handmade.
Yeah.
All right, so mistakes are expected. Not appreciated sometimes. But
Just depends on how picky the purchaser is.
right. You know, so if you're doing, you know, if I was doing a commission piece for somebody, you
Yeah, we
better
take out the
believe-
mistakes.
Yeah, we do.
If I'm making a gift for a friend, you get the design element, friend. I love you, but
Yeah, absolutely.
especially when you realize it a foot away from where you were. I'm not taking out a foot of
Yeah. It's
stuff to get in there. That becomes
and sometimes you
supremely
can't
annoying.
even really tell. It just
Right.
looks like it's part of it anyway.
Yep.
So it gets really tight down here towards the bottom. So you have to make sure that you don't pull your stuff up over the nails.
Yeah, and you'll notice as Jeannine has gotten further down the piece, she's picked up smaller sections to weave, and that's because of the tightness of the piece as you get down lower.
Yep, and I just switched to a regular size crochet hook to get these last ones because this big one won't fit in here.
No.
So there's that.
And now what is the other one? Is that an Afghan hook again
Yeah,
for
this
those
one's
that
the Afghan hook.
Yep.
Where am I at? I am. Nope. Nope. Stop it. You are here. Here we go. We are here. All right. So now pull it up. Go grab the comb that you forgot. And then you go like this.
Kind of
Okay.
clear your path again.
Yep. Make way.
Can you show them that comb too when you're done? Just so they see it again. It's a quilting comb, guys.
It's a
quilling comb.
quilling
My brain
comb,
couldn't.
and I have them in the store. What's nice about these is they're round metal.
Yeah,
and
and they
they're
don't
blunt
snag
tips.
stuff.
They're much easier to use. I prefer this over the plastic combs.
I have a wooden one, and the ends are really pointy though, and sometimes they catch.
Ta-da, goes there. All right, so I only have one more pull, and my one more pull, what you do is when you get to that last one, is you bring this down and you cut. You want to cut this before you actually pull it through. because it's just a single pole. Now the space that we're going to have left here is going to be for the art yarn.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you cut it and leave extra for fringe. And so now what you do is when you do this, you go up here and you go in, you get the satisfaction pulling that all the way through.
I love that part.
And then you can do this because knowing that it's coming all the way through, you don't have two to mess with, like the double strand, the splits on either side. You just have one, and you just bring it down. And then this will be part of your fringe. It will be that last tie. All the way through. And this is kind of one of those, yay, we're almost done. Okay, there's that. And if you've noticed, I've actually had to raise my easel because I need to go lower. At home, I stand until I can't stand anymore, and then I sit down in a chair. So I go back and forth. My legs get a lot of workout standing and sitting. There we go. Switching. And pulling everybody through. And one more. Come on. I pushed it down. Now I can get it. There we go. When you get to the bottom, you got everything in the way. So there you go. Ta-da. And now this will go this way. Have room for the art yarn.
Yeah, I actually will probably bring him over to put him in the middle of the two pieces, so it's okay. I'll show them.
What do you mean?
I'll show you. I'll show you. I'm going to scoot him because I put it in around another piece.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it.
All right.
We're going to swap places, and
No,
I'm
we're
going to...
not.
Oh?
I got 2 pieces of fringe to put on yet.
Well, you got to leave...
I'm going to do this one and that one unless you don't want me to do it at all. We have to show them how to do fringe.
I know, but I thought we were going to do fringe after the piece that goes in because it all has to be added in because you have to lock my piece in.
Well, I know.
So then we don't have to do
Whatever.
fringe 3 times.
I guess we're stopping now.
Okay.
We're going to pause for a minute.
Hold on. We're swapping places.
Yay. Hi, guys. Okay. I have a piece of lock spun yarn that is the same as what we've used in the rest of the piece of the tri-loom. I'm going to add this in after the fact, and what I did is I cut a piece of lock that is going to go from up here all the way down here and can be included in my fringe. Okay? Now, for the way that I'm doing this, I am sliding this middle guy in between where these 2 pieces are going to lay, just like this. And because of how you're adding it in, you are going to have sections that are using the same space. So when I come in right here, this is going to come over my top and it's going to go under my second. So it's going to actually live in the same row as our strand that we just did. Okay? So there'll just be one extra piece that floats next to here, and then this piece will break up with this. Okay? I'm going to pop this over there so it's out of my way.
Turn it. There you go.
Maybe? There we go. All right. So I'm going to come in, and I'm going to go under.
And after I do the first one, I do more than one at a time, but then I come over and I bring him just like this. I'm going to come over here. Let's see, over, that's under, over, yep, good. I'm doing it little bits by little bits because our yarn is a pain sometimes and it can snag, and you really, really, really just want to be careful. And again, I'm just going to keep watching so that I keep that guy in between. And we're going to go. And this breaks the rules of when we talked about, you know, making sure you're opposite of what you're doing. I'm intentionally staying, I did too many. I'm intentionally following the same groove as the last. And the only good part is that it's the same thing as when you're pulling that last one through. We don't have to worry because we're gonna pull these ends all the way through.
So why wouldn't you do it the opposite?
It's easier when you're dealing with thicker art yarn to come in here and do it that way for me. I have come back after I've done this, and occasionally I have popped that middle piece out and gone. It depends on what that band in the middle looks like. Like once I start pushing everything together, if it looks okay, I keep it that way. If not, I separate it. And sometimes I will come up and pull that piece back out and go back through. Just depends on that center piece. I don't mind if there's one wide piece that's about like this in the center. If it stays that broad and that open, after I take the quilling comb and push things together, then I'll break it up.
Well, plus when we take it off, it's going to come together a little bit too.
Exactly. Exactly. And I kind of like it as like a raised piece down the center. It almost acts like a spine, if that makes sense.
So this is going to be one of those personal preference things. Once you get it off of there, do you like the way it looks down the middle?
Yeah. And you got to decide before you do the fringe if you want to keep it like that or not. That's all. Because once you're fringed, you're stuck with whatever you've got. And each piece I do is different. You know, and sometimes I'll add two pieces and I'll run one here and then I'll run one here that has two strands. So when I do the two strands, I'll come in opposite. But ooh, that catches on those nails.
Mm-hmm. You so want to do the opposite.
I do. It's habit. I do it every time when I go to finish these like this. And you can see I kind of open that up with my fingers. And that helps me. Using your fingers is like a joy. Oh, pardon me. Freaking Ohio allergies, man. Cannot win. All right, you're going to get tight where you have other art yarn. So just know that. I'm just pulling one piece through at a time there because it was so thick. There we go. But I like having the two pieces instead of just one. one wasn't as hard as above. You know, and these can be added in anywhere. You can go in and add extra. It's just about how do you want to weave it in and what do you want it to look like. This is where you actually, you know, get to create and veer off pattern, so to speak.
These are those personal touches. You can customize it to fit the person that you're making it for.
Mm-hmm. And how we added in, like when we started over here and we added in the lock spun, that's also how you can go through and do color changing.
Mm-hmm.
You can, if you want, cut all 3 of your strands and pick up new 3 colors, and you can plait it out with different color work. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get in there and do stuff. If you guys have never seen the book, Continuous Strand Weaving, go look it up. It's amazing. And there's a lot of really neat patterns in there for the tri-loom, square looms, all different stuff like that. Book's been around forever, but everything in it is still exceptionally relevant. I've been reading it lately. Oh my goodness. I love it. It's so much fun. No. Come back here. There we go. Like, I am not playing that game.
Well, when you get down there, since you're already there and got the small crochet hook, just go ahead and finish those last pieces of fringing so they can see it.
Yep. Absolutely. You can see me doing just the one at a time right here. And it's because it really does get tight, and especially when you're working with art yarn. Thank you. Pain in my dupa.
And where those big pieces are, they're nice and funky, but you just have to work with them to get them through there.
Patient.
No.
I mean, the locks are super pretty, but they are a super big pain. And you can see me, I'm coming in here, and I just want to make sure that I didn't lose that piece down at the bottom, because that is what's going to help me lock everything into place. Oh, I see.
Yep, that one came off.
Yep. So look, when something pops, you just get it back on your...
Get it back on the nail.
Just like that. And then let me move this little fuzzy piece, and you can see we have it on the nail right there.
Yep.
All right.
Those guys there.
Okay.
Those are going to be on the 2 furthest ones.
So I'm going to come in here, make a loop, and it popped off my nail. It's fine because I have it in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take my ends through that.
So basically fringe is you cut it as long as you want, but you make your pieces twice as long as what you want, because you're going to fold them in half, and you're going to do, what is this, lark's head?
Yep, it's a lark's head. So,
Yeah.
but I'm going in underneath. I'm opening my loop, and I'm pulling my ends through, and then I'm pulling my ends and watching little things get attached, so that it catches my loop.
Now here's the pieces up here.
Okay.
So
now you can do this in a couple different ways, guys. All right, so we have...
let me get in here so they can see.
That's
too.
fine. All right, so see how we have this last little loop? You can add just one piece, like one section of strands, over and around this to fill in, or you can put it in on both corners. You can do it here and here. So it really doesn't matter which way you want to do it. If you're going to do two different ones, take your pieces that came down from your pull through and separate those out so you lock them together into that.
Okay.
All right, that's just kind of how I do it. I'm only going to grab two pieces because I already have so many to work around in my bottom of my pull through. So I'm going to be very diligent, very careful. I'm going to push these other strands out of my way. I'm going to come up underneath. I'm going to grab my two, and I'm going to pull those through. Now, I'm going to, at this point, make sure my ends are even. I'm going to pull my ends through. Before you close it, grab your strands from your pull through, drop those through your loop, and pull tight. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to see, let's see, we got 1, 2, are you attached? Everybody else got attached over there. All right, now I'm trying to move all the little lamb hair out my way. Oh, come here, guy. There we go. I'm going to come in just like that. Check my loops. Pull him through. Huh, have some lamb hair. Thanks, babies. Open up my loop, pull my ends through. Do not close my loop because I need to drop these two strands through it. Just like that. And then I'm going to pull down and lock them in. Now we know if this comes off, I'm not going to lose my strands that I worked so hard at pulling through. Now over here, before we do anything else, I kind of come in and I'm just lightly going over the whole piece. I'm going to start bringing these guys.
Try to close that in just a little bit.
And it's easiest if you just kind of go across the whole piece because it starts to loosen things up more evenly instead of like, oh, let me pull this row over. Oh, then I got to pull this row over. If you just kind of start doing this, kind of dragging your quilling comb.
And do it gently.
Yep.
It'll work.
Now, it might not work as well over
Where the stubborn art yarn is.
where the stubborn art yarn is. That you're going to have to drag over a little. I do pieces that are nothing but art yarn, so I don't have this problem because all of the stuff is so thick that it just fills in automatically for me. It's kind of nice. Yeah.
Like I said, you're going to see a big difference when we go and take this off.
Oh, absolutely.
How everything is going to come together. And that'll be the next step.
Yep.
All right. So
There
I'm
we go.
gonna pause this while she's still playing with that part of it, and then we'll be right back and show you how to take it off across the top. And it'll be a beautiful shawl.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've made an adjustment to the stand so that I'm not reaching way up here. And we're going to show you how we're going to take this off your fringe actually locks all of your sides, and now we're going to go across the top. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go under this first one and pull it off. So I'm just using a crochet hook. Then you're going to take here and you're going to go under the loop that is above that top piece, and you're going to pull that off and you're going to just chain it through. Make sure you get everybody, okay, and that you didn't get an extra somebody. All right, so then you're going to go under the next one, pop it off, chain it through. All right,
The further you get away from the corners, the easier it becomes.
it does.
The corners get a little tight.
And then because I have to make sure that I get all strands. It's not just one or two. I got to make sure I get all three. Okay. And then you go like this. And so it's just a chain stitch all the way across the top. Now when it gets to be too tight, just pop a couple off. It'll make it easier, so that you're not stretching it, hurting your hands. It'll loosen it up a little bit. It'll make it easier to get in there. So this is all the way across the top. And the satisfaction of the ping of the nail.
Oh, I like hearing it when it pops off.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. When the fringe comes off the
whole
sides, the
thing
sound
comes
that
off.
makes, it just, you're like, yes, finally, thank you.
Okay. I have to use my fingers to lift up over because it's
Because of the fat yarn.
the fat yarn. Make sure that I get everybody.
It's real easy to drop little strands that are mixed with thicker strands. So definitely use those fingertips.
There we go. So now we're back doing this.
Ooh, as I kick the stand,
Kicks
sorry.
the stand. Okay,
Yeah.
so there is a technique too where you can just make a bunch of triangles that are all the same size and not fringe the edges and just do this across the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can sew them or crochet them together in geometric patterns, and you can make square blankets, you can make a long stole. Just depends on what you want to make, but it doesn't just have to be a shawl when you're done.
Mm-mm.
It can be other things. And you know, these triangle looms come in a variety of sizes, and you can make different sizes. Lost somebody, get it back on there. There we go. And also work with them that way as well. I have one customer. She bought I think it was a 3-foot loom, and she made a bunch of, I think it was 4 or 5 without fringe. She crocheted them together and ended up with this beautiful poncho.
Mm-hmm.
It was gorgeous. She actually, and it wasn't so much just a neck opening so it hung. She actually crocheted up the sides too, so it kind of fitted around her a little bit more.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is beautiful. You never know what she's going to end up doing.
Huh. For sure.
Yep. Oops.
And
Don't
see, look,
panic.
it popped, but nothing went unraveling. That's
It's
one
not-
of the beautiful pieces of this.
Mm-hmm. It's not going anywhere.
No. As long as you secure that middle, you are pretty good.
Oops, I missed one. Hold on a second. Missed somebody down here.
What are you doing?
I missed. He didn't come through. But see, you can see them,
Yeah.
and they're easy to
That
fix.
is the beauty of this, is that it is pretty easy to fix if you skip one.
Come on. Use red is temperamental. There we go. There we go.
It's the red, the chenille.
Nope, it was the single on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, just a word of warning. I mean, this chenille is going to make this beautiful. It was not fun to work with.
No, chenille's not fun to work with. It's kind of the same thing as mohair. Not fun to work with, but boy, the end results are amazing.
They're beautiful when you're done.
You just have to have the patience of Job to work with mohair or chenille. Super slick things don't pull at the same rate as your other yarns if you're mixing 2 or 3 or 4 yarns together. So you're always having to like pull back on the chenille or say silk to get it to line up with your other threads and not be gappy on you.
So a lot of knitters they'll hold a mohair with a regular yarn when they're making their sweaters and shawls because it's a beautiful effect. It has this wonderful halo and it makes it soft but it can be temperamental. See, I lost another one right there. Get your butt on there.
I'm going to come around you. I'm going to pause for just a second, guys. Okay. I want to come to the other side because now that she's towards this end, it's going to be easier to film from this side.
As you can see, it's starting
To get tight again?
Well, my loops are getting longer because it's over here, but that's okay. We'll fix it when we're done. We'll show them how that works. Almost. So this is the last of our 3-part series for weaving on a tri-loom, pin loom. Sometimes they're called pin looms. You have it split out in how to get started, how to add in additional yarns, and how to work when it gets to be a longer piece. And then with this one, we showed you how to add in some art yarn when you're done.
Sorry, there goes the slip of the camera.
And how to put on some fringe, and then how to get it off. So again, a 3-part series on how to do it. Great reference tool. Hopefully you guys will find it a great resource for you. Okay, so now this last one is actually where we tied our slip knot. You pull it off, undo the slip knot. You come through here.
Maybe.
You got it tight. And then it wants to get ahead of me. I just do an additional so it'll stay. You can weave that in later or cut it. Are you ready? Big reveal?
Hold on. Let me get my camera ready. I got to back up the camera. Whoa, that was the wrong way to go.
You could back up.
I am not as good as cameraman Bob. Oh, no. I had such a close-up of it that even backing up, I would have had to be across the room.
Okay, so at this point, the top is off.
Yep.
And you need to carefully remove one edge, and it should just come right off just like that.
Except where it might be stuck.
Stuck where the fringe is. Come on, give it up. I got it locked down.
Yeah, it got locked underneath there.
All right, let me get rid of that. All right, so what you want to do at that point, because this is where we ended, is you want to go from this other side. You want to grab the corner, and you just want to go across the top.
Yep.
It just stretches out those stitches across the top. Are you ready? And fuzz everywhere.
Yeah, there goes all the locks. Those are the extra locks.
And there's your shawl. Ta-da.
Yep. And the only thing left for you guys to do is even out whatever fringe that you need to, and you're done.
So this is the 5-foot loom. So watch this. Goes like this, and it looks like that in the back.
That's awesome.
So there you go. So that is the tri-loom.
Yep. Now, what I would say is the only other thing that I personally would do is I would take that and I would go put it in some fiber soak
Yep.
with cold water, not warm water if you have anything there that has been hand dyed. You can do warm water if you have things that will tolerate it. But I would soak it for about 15-20 minutes, put it in a spinner, rinse it out, and then lay it flat to dry, because what that will do is all of these like little gaps, it'll full the yarn, and then you won't have nearly that. It'll be more like a solid piece of fabric.
Right. And
at
you
that
can
point.
already see how much, especially these areas, have the tension being released has taken away a lot of the holes.
Yep. But by fulling it, it should take up the rest of the holes. And sorry about my fingers at the top of the camera. I'm not as good as cameraman Bob.
I did that once too.
Yeah,
All right,
well.
so here you go. So there's this. Now, if you want to learn how to do tri-loom weaving, we do teach it here in the store. You would use one of my 30-inch tri-looms to complete a small shawlette, but it'll take you through beginning to end the process if you want to do it yourself. It is a fun technique. It's something that if you've always wanted to try it and haven't done it, that's your opportunity. Okay, so hope that these tutorials are working for you. They will be in the playlist as well as the full video that day, but it just makes it easier to find them if they're in the playlist.
Absolutely.
All right, anything else you want to say?
No, we're
All
good.
right. Well, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.